So there is this story in the Bible, you can find it in the Sermon on the Mount, and Jesus is teaching how to be human. He's walking us through, in a super pragmatic way, these are the steps to take in order to find life as it's meant to be. If you want to come alive in the most deepest and most soulful of way, this is how you do it. These are the steps you got to learn to do. And he's got this one bit where he says, to do that, don't worry. Like, don't freak out, don't have anxiety, don't worry, period. And whenever I read that, I'm like, dude, have you watched the news? Have you spent some time checking in with yourself? Have you talked with your friends and family? Because there is a lot. There is so much. I'm just exhausted just saying that sentence. There's so much to worry about. And then I get upset because I'm like, don't tell me not to worry. Don't belittle my experience. Don't take away that part of my humanity. But then the other part of my head kicks in and says, that can't be what he means, because our faith is essentially about being human. It's about how to be alive, not only in the heights, but also in the depths. And so there has to be room for things like anxiety and grief and anger and all those heavy emotions like worry and anxiety. And so he's got to mean something other than simply don't do it. And that's what we're going to explore this Sunday at Wellington Square. We're going to talk about, what do we do with our worry? What do we need to do when we can feel ourselves freaking out and panicking and worrying about very real and sometimes not real things? What do we do in those moments? And how do we come back to ourselves? How do we get grounded? And how do we actually deal with it in a faithful and beautiful and important way? So if that's you, if you are someone who, like me, and I think like everybody else, is freaking out, and we're dialing up the thing to 12 because there's a lot to freak out about, this might be the service to come and check out, because we're going to talk a little bit about what we do in those moments and how we can find a little bit of peace. And so come and join us Sunday, 10 a.m., downtown Burlington at Wellington Square at United Church. There's lots of great stuff going on at the church, kids programs, youth programs, and afterwards we have our tradition of guessing how many candies are in a jar, because that's what we do together. We guess candy and do cool, fun things like that. And so bring your guessing game and check out that in the lobby after the service. But come as you are, no matter who you are. Especially if it's your first time, just come and check it out. We'd love to have you. And we're going to talk about some real and good and important stuff. We'll see you there.